everyone. Long time no see. Maybe this is a little too low. I think I'm gonna bring another book. Hold on just 1 second. Better. Hello everyone. Long time no see. Happy 2021. It has been quite a while since I've last YouTubed. There's a lot more new faces here, so hello, my name is Melanie and I'm also known as Cozy Cardigans on Instagram and on Ravelry, and you can also find me at Big Little Yarn Co. I am the owner and dyer of Big Little Yarn Co. So you can find me on biglittleyarn.com. You can find me at Big Little Yarn Co. on Instagram. So welcome. It's a little too bright. Sorry, I fixed the brightness a little bit. It was kind of blown out, but welcome. It has been a really long time since I've last YouTubed. I think it was well before Christmas. As you can see, we are in a different location. Not sure if you could tell from the sliding doors behind me. That's my closet, by the way, but we are now in Japan. So December was pretty crazy. December had my last shop update of the year. It also had a lot of crazy paperwork, immigration stuff for my husband Tim so that we can move back to our home here in Japan. If you haven't been a follower since last year, I guess if you're a new follower here, last March my husband and I bought this house before the whole pandemic thing started really getting a bit crazy, and then we stayed here in this home till June when we had to go back to the US so that because my husband is an American citizen, I'm also an American citizen, I have a dual citizenship, but we had to go back because of the whole pandemic thing, and then we were expecting to have his visa sooner, but it ended up taking until December, and then we got his visa, and then we were able to purchase the plane ticket for mid-January. It was all good, and then Japan started closing its borders, so we had to pack up in one day. I threw all my yarn into like one huge box or two huge boxes because I had a lot more yarn than I thought, and then packed up everything in like a day. Had my last shop update. Thank goodness that I scheduled it before all of this happened, and then packed up everything, and then now we're here in Japan. So we're gonna be here for quite a long while. We're waiting out the pandemic. We're staying at home. The rest of our family, for both of us, is all in America, but thank goodness for FaceTime and stuff like that, so we're able to stay connected. But yeah, that's why I haven't been posting a lot for quite a while. It's been a little crazy, so I don't really remember what I was talking about the last time I filmed. I also don't really have all my stuff kind of organized, like all of my knitting stuff, all of my spinning stuff. I brought my spinning wheel, which I'm really excited about. I was so worried about bringing a spinning wheel from the US to Japan. If you are all interested in how to move a spinning wheel internationally, I checked it in. I got like the biggest box that was still within like the size limits of the check-in for I took Japan Airlines, but it was like a 22 by 22 by 22 box, so it was pretty big, just from Home Depot. And then I put a bunch of yarn in it like along the bottom so that it would stay cushioned along the bottom, and then I put my spinning wheel comes in this traveling bag. It's a Ashford Joy, so it my spinning wheel is nice in a way where it kind of like collapses onto itself for easy travel, I guess. So that was nice. It wasn't like super bulky and awkward, although it was a bit awkward. So I put it in its traveling case, and then I stuck it in the box, put a bunch more yarn around it to cushion it, and then labeled it as fragile. And it came in perfectly fine. I mean, I haven't used it yet, but within first glance it looks okay. So if you're wondering if you could move a spinning wheel from one country to another, it's totally possible. Just stick it in a box and put a bunch of yarn around it. So little life tidbit for you. But so yeah, I'm really excited and happy that I was able to bring my spinning wheel. I was not able to bring all of my fiber. I have a lot of unprocessed raw wools, and I knew that unprocessed fiber, like if it has any hay or any like farmy things in it, you know, those agriculture drug dogs at the airports, they usually sniff them out, or they're trained to. And then also like in the posters it says like, please don't wear like farming gear like boots or jackets. Like they recommend that you don't wear those kinds of things, just in case you do bring, or you smell like you're bringing in unauthorized agriculture internationally. So if I were to bring my unprocessed fiber, I would have to wash it there in America and then bring like the fully washed, clean fiber here. I think that would be okay. So wasn't able to bring all my fiber. I brought in pretty much like my very special to me roving and bats, and I do plan on buying like a carder hopefully within the month, so that I could process my own stuff here, and then I could start building my own little stash here while I don't have access to my stash in America. So yeah, that's still waiting for me back at home. I also couldn't bring another thing I couldn't bring was my library, which I'm kind of sad about, but it's okay. There's still a lot of books in Japan. I brought 10 books that I have not read yet, and that was it. And I like last year I counted all the books that I own, and I own like 370 something books, so I had to put all those away, and I'm really sad that I couldn't bring my library, but it's okay. Books are super heavy, and so it really just bringing 10 books along with all of our clothing and stuff we need to move, it really kind of like bumped up that weight amount for the luggage. And then we ended up having to pay for what do you call it? We ended up having to pay for luggage that was over the weight limit. And then also brought Tim's guitar. That was another like additional luggage. And then, but we ended up being like within the size limit, which was good. And then we just had to pay for the overweight stuff, but what you gonna do? So yeah, I don't remember. All that is to say, I don't remember what I was talking about. I do have I pretty much brought all my whips, but they're all in like this mountain in the office, and I don't want to show you that yet. And I hear you. A lot of people have messaged me about a Japan house tour. I will do that, and I'm really excited to show you my house. I'm really happy with my house. We love it here. It's kind of small. I don't remember what the square footage or square meterage is, but it's just a small kitchen, bathroom, living / dining room, one bedroom that I'm in right now, and then there's an office space. And then the bedroom that I'm in right now, and also the dining room is Japanese style, and then the bathroom's also Japanese style, and then the office is a Western style, and the kitchen's Western style. So I really like having that little mix, best of both worlds. I love having like a tatami mat flooring, and I love having a Japanese bathroom and all that stuff. So be patient. I'm still setting up stuff, obviously, and also I'm really excited to start dyeing yarn again. A lot of people have been asking me about what when the next update would be, and it makes me really happy because I was really worried about whether I'll lose some customers moving internationally, but there's been a lot of interest, so thank you all so much for sticking with me. Let's see, what should I start with? I guess I'll start with, I don't know, I'll kind of go through my stuff kind of not in like a work in progress, acquisitions, finished objects. I honestly don't remember what objects I've finished since last. I feel like I haven't finished any projects at all. I feel like I was just mostly stress casting on for the last couple months, so yeah, I don't think I've really finished anything. So yeah, no finished objects this time because I honestly can't think of any right now, and if I do, I'll probably show you next time, but I honestly don't think I have any. But what I'm wearing right now, I guess I'll talk about that, is just trying to stay cozy. It's pretty cold here right now. The house doesn't have central heating. Japanese homes don't usually have central heating. There's usually just like a AC unit attached to the wall in each room for the rooms that have like a window, I guess. So we usually just turn that on when we're inside the room, but it's kind of noisy and rumbly, so I have like a little space heater right in front of me. But it's pretty cold. It's like in the 35s, 40s-ish right now. Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius. Probably low 10s, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I need to start thinking in the metric system because everything is metric here, and I'm from the US, so everything's in Fahrenheit and inches in my brain, and that's not how it works here. But anyway, so staying cozy. I have like a bunch of heat tech on. I have like thermal under my pants. I'm just wearing this is the Petite knits. Wow, I don't even know what I'm wearing. It's from Petite knits. It's one of her really simple sweaters. I'll just look it up for you real quick. I should just have all these on hand before I start, but usually once I feel like filming, I just start it and then I don't have all the info. So this is the Cumulus sweater by Petite knits. It's from a while back. And then this one is this is the Schnee cardigan by Suvi Simola. I made this like a super long time ago. This is just like my at-home cardigan. It's pretty warm, and then it's kind of like grandma-like, which I don't mind, but it's more for at-home use, I feel like. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. So I guess I'll just start. No particular order, just whatever I'm just grabbing as I go. So last year I bought my very first advent calendar from Goosey Fibers. I really like advents that are bookish because I love reading. And hers last year, her theme was Little Women, so I'm really into that. So I got her advent, and it's like in this giant bag right here that I got this bag is from like a hotel I got for free. So it's just kind of tossed in here. But what I did was start a Bubbles and Brioche shawl by Stephen West, and I'm kind of going in day order. So this top part is day 1 and day 2 of her advent, and then this is like day 3 to 10 is like the first 8 bubble rows, and then this is day 11 and 12. It's just every other row I just switch. So I'm just going down each day. I haven't worked on it in a while because, another explanation, I have so many whips. It's crazy. Like before, I used to just be 1 to 2 whips. I used to be very controlled and collected, calm, controlled, collected with my whips. I don't know what happened, but it just like exploded last year. So I have so many whips. I can't deal with them anymore, or like not I can't deal with them anymore, but I'm gonna have to, I decided I had to take a step back, calm down. I still have so many projects I want to cast on. I'll tell you all about like my, I don't really have a make 9, but I do have like a queue list with all the, I already have all the yarns ready for these projects. I just haven't cast it on because I currently have like, I think I have like 7 or 8 whips. Not all of them I'm going to show you right now because I haven't worked on all of them much, but these are like the ones that I've been kind of touching every now and then. So this one not too much, but I have been working on it and I really love how the colors are turning out. Her advent is kind of like a fade style advent, so I opened one up I was trying to like open one every day and then knit that like row or that part, but that didn't work out because, as I said, December was crazy. So right now it's right here, and I know for sure I'm gonna love it. The colors, especially, let me just like pull out some random ones. So the ones that I finished, I put them into a ball and then just threw them in. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I might have like scrappy shawl, scrappy socks. I have no idea, but let me just pull out some colors for you to see. So her colors are super like vibrant but still muted, which I really love, which is kind of what I go for in my yarn shop as well. Let me see if I could collect like a fade. Oh no, I lost the date for that. No idea. Okay, so here's day 14 to 17. So you can kind of see how it's fading, and it goes into these oranges, but it also goes into these blues, like these guys. So anyways, yeah, I'm super excited to finish this one, but it's a little bit in the back burner because I'm still working on other stuff. But I wanted to show you that. Very exciting, very happy. It's just in this bag. What else have I been working on? Oh, I guess I'll show you this. This is a acquisition, little sidetrack into an acquisition. It's this little bag that I got from Etsy. I was trying to save her tag so that I could show you what her shop name was. It's a very small, it seemed like a new shop. They only had like 10 reviews when I bought from them, but it's a block printed hand sewn pouch. Very nice. I needed a bigger pouch for my knitting stuff because I also put in like this reading light, things like that. So very nice little small little acquisition there. I'll put her the shop's info down below when I put this video up, but I'm honestly not sure as of right now. Oh, and then also, okay, so this bag, Tiara of the Love Stitch podcast sent me this bag. She made it herself, and it is honestly the best project bag ever. It's like these Japanese snacks, which is perfect because now I'm in Japan, so that really works out really well. This lovely mustard zipper. And then the inside, this really nice forest green that matches this green part really nicely. So Tiara is a wonderful, wonderful maker, very kind soul, and she makes wonderful project bags. She's like kind of delving into that little project bag making, I don't know what you call it, area of crafting, and I'm kind of loving it. She has such great taste with fabric, so honestly this is the best thing ever. So she also sent me some yarn, so I'll show you that in a bit, but right now this bag houses my current like main project that I've been kind of working on every single day. It is a not self-drafted, it's my own pattern, but it's like a mock neck sweater, top down raglan sweater for my husband Tim. He wanted a mock neck, high neck, dark gray sweater, and he obviously asked me first before buying one that I don't think he even has seen one that he's liked to buy, but I've never made a sweater for him. I always knit him socks and beanies, but yeah, so this is his first sweater ever. It's going pretty good. I've been making him try it on as I go, because I'm not using anybody's pattern or anything. I am making notes just in case I do want to write a pattern, but yeah, I'm kind of liking it myself. It looks good. It's made out of Knit Picks Reverie. It's worsted weight, 100% alpaca. He says it's really itchy. I don't think it is. But so I think it's like the halo that the alpaca has. It kind of makes it a little itchier for more sensitive necks, especially because this is a high neck. But yeah, it's going good. I just split the sleeves last night, and then I'm knitting it down, and then he requested a big long ribbing because he likes to wear high-waisted pants, and so he wants to have something that could tuck in kind of nicely and can accentuate the high-waistedness of his pants. So I pretty much only did 1 inch of stockinette, and then I'm going to do the rest of the body in 2x2 rib, and then obviously I'm going to make long sleeves for him. So yeah, that's what's living inside of Tiara's lovely project bag. Fits really nicely. So thank you, Tiara. And then she also, along with the bag, sent me this lovely Madeline Tosh. Oh, it's so tangled. Ignore the tangle, but it's this lovely single ply Mad Tosh yarn, and I believe the color is Sage. I don't remember what the base name is, but it's their single ply 100% merino base in fingering weight. And then I needed, at the time, I didn't really know what to use it for. I haven't knitted with single ply yarn in a super long time. I don't really gravitate towards them that much, so it's really nice that Tiara sent it to me, because it kind of I don't know, made me think, what can I make with this? Because I was thinking at first a beanie, but then I already had a green beanie and I didn't really want another one. And so, oh, this is so tangled. I'm gonna have to fix this later. But anyways, so I was wondering what to make with it. And then I realized that I didn't have a airplane knitting project. Usually when I go on airplanes, I try to find something that requires a bigger needle, because I feel like anything less than a size 4 or a 4 and below, the TSA agents kind of get a little like wary about the sharpness of the needle, especially if you knit with metal needles like I do. Usually I try to buy wooden needles, but I bought what was listed as wooden circular needles by Likey. Is that how you say it? Likey? They're wooden needles, circular needles. I bought that. It came in, it was labeled as circular needles, but it was actually just the tips for their interchangeable needles, and I don't have their interchangeable set, so it was totally useless to me. So I had to I was hoping to knit this sweater with it, but it's a size 4, and the size 4 I was using is part of the interchangeable set that I have. I didn't want to have to throw it away if they weren't gonna accept it. So what I usually do if I only have metal needles on hand when I go onto an airplane is I usually start up a project with larger, thicker needles. So this project needed a size 8, which was good because size 8s are pretty thick. And then usually when TSA agents see that you're knitting something with those sharp needles, those scary looking needles, then they kind of like gloss over it. So I cast it on. Right now it's on this waste yarn because I needed the cable for another project. I don't know which one. I think maybe for the sweater actually. So right now it's on, it's kind of like lumpy looking, but this is the Sprouted Shawl by Jacqueline Cieslak. Where's my phone? Where did my phone? Oh, here. Let me just double check. Oh, I didn't even put it on my Ravelry yet, so, but it's the Sprouted Shawl by Jacqueline Cieslak for sure. It calls for a fingering and a lace weight. So I had this, and then I also kept one skein of my Kid Silk lace in my Nori colorway. It's this foresty dark green color. And I thought, oh my gosh, these two together would make an amazing combo. And it does. I absolutely love how these two together look. So right now it's at the stockinette stage, so it's gonna grow a lot bigger. And then, or I guess this is the front. So it's gonna grow a lot bigger, and then at the border of, it's like a, what do you call it, a crescent shawl? Crescent shaped shawl, I guess you could say. But the border of it has this really lovely lace pattern to it. And I'm really excited to see how that knits up with this combo. It's super soft. I love green. But yeah, so I'm excited to see how that looks. I haven't touched this that much either, honestly, because I'll tell you about my work in progress plans. But yeah, this was super, super nice to knit on the airplane. I knew that, because I usually fall asleep on airplanes, so I knew that I wasn't going to get too far, so most of it was going to be like the stockinette part. I was hoping to get to the lace part, but I knew that that was a bit ambitious of me, so I just worked on the stockinette during the 12-hour plane ride slash waiting at the airport time, so that was really nice. So thank you, Tiara, for this yarn that helped me get through such a stressful time in my life. Honestly, it was so stressful at the airport. It was, honestly, it was probably one of the most stressful times in my life because of the whole COVID thing. Once you land in Japan, well, first of all, non-Japanese nationals, so Tim, had to take a COVID test before flying, and then once we both landed, everybody in the plane has to take a COVID test, and then It's like a 1 to 2 hour test, so you just wait there and hope that you're negative. But luckily we were, but anyways, it was super stressful. So, yeah. So this really got me through, and I'm really excited to finish this. It's such a cozy shawl. Let's see. Also, I remembered one finished object. Really quick. Okay. Sorry this video is so disjointed, but everything is just a mess right now, so hopefully next time I'll be a little more organized. But forgot that I casted off this shawl, and I never talked to you guys about it. So this is the Old Mill shawl. I test knitted this in December for Hyogo Canyon, Kim. She is a wonderful pattern designer who makes these wonderful, it's not simple, but it's like minimalistic in a very nice way. Like, her patterns aren't super complicated where you need to like really pay attention. It's just a very nice meditative knit all the time. So this is her Old Mill shawl. Uses 3 colorways. She recommends either 2 tonals, 1 variegated, or 2 variegated, 1 tonal. But let me show you. So I used my Nori colorway for one of the tonals, and then the variegated is my Onigiri colorway, and then my other tonal, this brown, is my Shoyu colorway. I made this really nice, very cozy, long shawl, and it's honestly the shawl that made me want to make crescent or not half circle, crescent shaped shawls a lot more. I really like how you could just tie it around your neck like a scarf. You don't really have to wear it like, you know, like around your shoulders like a regular shawl would, and it fits really nicely. I love how the colors kind of mix together when you wrap it around like this. So it's been really nice during the winter. This is knit on my my superwash nylon sock base. And I have some more scraps for each of these colors. I have no idea what I'm going to make with it, but it doesn't use too much yarn. And it's super meditative and nice to knit, and honestly it was so much fun. And she also has in her pattern a bobble cast off option. I did the regular cast off option just because I wanted it to stay simple and minimal, but the bobble cast on option is also really nice too. I know Tiara, the Love Stitch, she did hers, and then our color palette ended up being really similar, and she did the bobble cast off. So if you want, you should go check out her Instagram and look that up. But yeah, this is one finished object that I didn't show you. What else? What else do I have? Oh, I also have, I think this is my last, oh no, I have one more whip after this to show you. But one shawl that I've been working on quite constantly, so I've been kind of switching back and forth between Tim's sweater and this shawl, mostly because, so I looked through my Ravelry and I tried to see how many whips I have and which whips have been the oldest, and this is one of my oldest whips because this is from October. Or maybe November. This was the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along for last year, and I'm knitting it out of my Halloween colorways from October, and I really want to finish this. It's been quite a while, so and honestly, I don't know, looking at these colorways and just remembering how much fun I had with making these Halloween colorways, and it's just been really nice. But so this is like my next like concentrate on project. I realized that it's nice to like have all these whips, but also at the same time you kind of don't finish. It takes a really long time to finish 5 different projects at the same time versus working on like 1 to 2. So that's what I've been doing. I've been working on this and the sweater. So right now I'm at section 3, I want to say. So this is the first section, is these honeycombs. It's really hard to show. The first section was these honeycombs, and then the second section was this like textured band area, and then this third section that's kind of scrunched up, it ends up being diamonds, but I kind of screwed up the pattern and it doesn't look like diamonds, but it's okay. It's gonna be scrunched up anyways. So it's supposed to end up looking like diamonds, but mine kind of just looks like a line going one way and another, but whatever. I'm really liking how the colorways are knitting up. So again, these are all my Halloween colorways, so I might bring them back, like a couple really popular ones next year, or this year I guess. I guess I'll show you the yarn balls. They're kind of messy. This was probably one of the most popular colorways. This is Coraline. And I'm using this along with ET as the main color. So that's like the blues you see. I'm just using them changing them every other row. And then the 3 contrast colors is Super Messy Ball, but this is the Shining. It's based off of the carpet from the hotel. And then this is Beetlejuice. See if it there it goes. And then this is Hereditary. So I might bring back a couple of colorways later this year for Halloween. We'll see. I know a lot of people missed out on it because it was back when I kind of first started and not a lot of people were able to purchase it. But so see about that. That is something I've been working on quite constantly. And then the last whip that I have that I've also been kind of, this is more like a palette cleanser type of project. So in Japan, traditionally the dining table is like, I guess an American, it looks like a large coffee table almost, like you sit on the ground and you eat. So you have seat cushions to sit on, and so I thought I would crochet up a cushion cover for my seat cushion, just because I don't know, I like to look at my home and see the things that I've made, and I think this is a really nice way to do it. I have tried to do granny stripe blankets before, and I never really stick to it just because they're so large, but I think this is a good, it's really satisfying to finish a row. And granny stripe blankets, to me, the row just takes so long to do. So this is nice to just finish a row. It's only this long. So I just do like 1 to 2 rows every day. I've only started like a few days ago, so it's really small. And I'm just using my scraps from my scrap bag. Kind of taking from my Penguono scrap bag. That's another whip that I haven't touched in a while that I should finish. But I'm taking some scraps from there and using it for here. And I'll probably make one cushion cover for Tim once I'm done with mine. But the plan is to crochet long enough so that I could fold it in half and then sew up the sides and then put buttons on the bottom so I could button it up around the cushion. But yeah, right now it's just this. I've just been, yeah, just doing a row or two every day, and then I keep all my scrap balls in here, so it's all like pinks and neutrals and yellows, and then all of my scraps are like fingering weight. This is Yummy from my shop, but I use a fingering weight, and then I bought this. I just got a random crochet hook from the local 100-yen store, which is like a dollar store. It's pretty nice actually. This is a 3mm crochet hook. I'm not sure what the US equivalent is, but yep, that's all. So I think that's my last whip that I've really been touching. Oh, you know what? I have another finished object to show you. Oh. Please ignore my super messy closet, and this is really wrinkly because I just washed it. It's these pants. Maybe I'll put up a picture of me wearing them, but these are my first pants that I sewed. It's very hard to show you, but it's just made out of this like tan corduroy fabric. Sorry, it's really wrinkly. It's like a dead stock corduroy fabric. It's got a pocket in the back. This is the front. This is the shoot. What is the sewing pattern called? It's by Anna Allen Clothing. I think it's the Pomona Pants. Yeah, Pomona Pants by Anna Allen Clothing. And they're my very first pants that I've sewn. It's just a simple elastic band. And it's really nice because there's just 2 pattern pieces. And then you fold them in half. So there's no side seam. You just seam it up in the middle, up the crotch, and then down the other side. And then you just have a pocket if you like, and then you sew up the band, and then you're good to go. So yeah, this was really nice to make. I was always afraid of sewing machines because, I don't know, for knitting, if you screw up you could rip back super easy. I know you could do that for sewing, but I've always it always seemed a bit more permanent to me, and that always kind of scared me a little. So I've been trying to put myself more out there in the sewing world. I love all the fabrics, especially here in Japan. There's so many fun fabrics here, and then my local craft store, which is right next to my grocery store, has amazing fabrics as well. So I don't have a sewing machine here, but I do hand sew sometimes. I do have a hand sewing project that I haven't worked on in a while, so I'm not really showing you, but maybe next time I'll show it to you. It's just a simple top. So yeah, that is another finished object. So I had 2 finished objects this time to show you, and I had no idea. But I think, yeah, that's it for projects wise. So I have a few acquisitions to show you though that I haven't been able to show you. The first one, I got this quite a while back. I think back in November, maybe end of November. It is some yarn from the lovely Emma from Woolly Mammoth Fiber Co. It's her logo. So I got her, yeah, it was probably in November, because this is her autumnal mini skein set. So it's got these lovely colors. I saw this set and I was like, oh my gosh, I need it. I love all of these colors. And Emma naturally dyes all her yarn, and they're all non-superwash. So, so they're super special. This one is on her natural sock base. It's 50% BFL and 50% Cheviot. Sourced, spun, and made in the UK. And then dyed in Northern Ireland. So I got one of these. And I also got 2 skeins. of her lovely limited edition Dorset wool in Peony Mauve, and it's this lovely gentle pink color. I don't normally go for pinks. I'm not really a pink person, but when I saw this I was like, I'm a pink person, I'm good. So this is her limited edition base. It is 100% Dorset wool, and I believe that the yarn comes very local to her, and so super special. Again, it's naturally dyed, which I cannot believe this is naturally dyed. Like, how do you do it, Emma? You're amazing. Comes with this lovely little tag. I'll tell you about I already have a plan for this. I'm planning on making the Bloom cardigan by Marion M. Knits. I'll probably put a post here. I think I'm gonna have to play yarn chicken for this thing, but I think I'll be okay because I usually make the sleeves a little shorter than called for in the pattern, so I'm just gonna have to be careful while I knit it. But that is the plan for these. Super excited. And then for this one, I'm still not really sure. I'm planning on making my own. I have like an idea of a shawl in my head that I'd love to make out of this, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that, but that's probably not gonna be for a little while, honestly. Meanwhile, I just honestly love looking at all of these colors. Look at that red, and look at that green, and that mustard. Oh, it's so good. So I'm really glad I was able to snag these, and that I was able to bring them to Japan because they're super special, and Emma is such a lovely person. And if you don't follow her on or if you don't subscribe to her YouTube channel, she does vlogs and podcasts as well, so I'll provide a link to her down below if you haven't heard of her. It's so fun to watch her life in Northern Ireland. I'd love to go someday when COVID lets up, hopefully. And so yeah, check her out. Another thing that I recently got, so this was a Christmas present. So my family, on Tim's side, we all do like a Secret Santa thing, so we all make a list and we draw Secret Santas. There's like a website that we use. And so my Secret Santa got me this lovely bat from Atomic Fiber Co. This is their tag. I got this super awesome. I've been eyeing this green, like, honestly, some people don't like this puke green color, but I'm really into it. I love this like ugly green color, but I honestly, it's so good. It's so textured. It's got some nice specks of sari silk in there. Got some nice purples. So this is, the contents is merino, targi, banana and sari silk, nylon and sparkle. And I've already started to spin up some, but it's on my spinning wheel, and my spinning wheel is in my crazy office and I couldn't really get any out right now. But how I've been spinning it is I've just been peeling off sections and then just making little bumps like this, and then just spinning from top to bottom. Nothing super crazy. And then I'm probably gonna apply it with something a little more muted because I really like the look of that. Yeah, I'm really excited to start spinning again once things calm down, but I haven't really been feeling it that much lately. I've just been knitting a lot and stressing a lot, but yep, that's fun. And then I also got, for my own Christmas present to myself. Because the advent calendar from Goosey Fibers is only 24 days, I didn't have like a 25th day for myself, so I decided to buy a mystery fiber from Casual Fashion Queen. It was her winter solstice mystery fiber colorway, and honestly it is so gorgeous. It's this very like deep plum mixed with some specks of blue. Oh, it is so nice. So this is Casual Fashion Queen, and it is a superwash. This is just superwash merino. Oh my gosh, it is so soft. So soft, like I can't believe it. So soft. So yeah, this is super special. Do I even want to spin this? Maybe I'll just touch it forever. But the colors are just gorgeous. And yeah, got one of the best Christmas presents I gave to myself, quite honestly. So I obviously had to bring this along with me from America. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. So yeah, super excited to spin this up sometime. I'm sure I've had a couple more other like acquisitions. I just honestly, everything's crazy right now, as you can tell from this video. So I'm honestly not really sure. I'll probably, when I find it, I'll probably show it to you next time. But I also have a couple books to show you. So I'm not sure if you've seen on my Instagram, but I did like a little fun IGTV video of this book. I love Japanese knitting books. Just the aesthetic of them is just so me, and also very not very different, but different from a lot of the mainstream patterns that you see that are really popular on Instagram. Let me show you a page. So it's like this kind of stuff, very minimal, but also at the same time there's this one cardigan pattern that I really like. Those cables. So yeah, that kind of thing. And so I'm hoping to explore more of Japanese knitting pattern books and also knitting yarns, because the craft store that I was talking to you about, they have a lot of Japanese, they obviously have a lot of, or pretty much all of them are Japanese yarn companies. Like the only one that I recognize that are not Japanese is probably the Opal self-striping sock yarns. They sell that, but everything else is pretty much all Japanese. And then so I kind of want to explore more, especially since I'm here now, and that's probably the most readily available type of yarn. But also at the same time, Japanese knitting books are written a lot differently than what you would kind of think of as knitting patterns that I'm used to. Usually knitting patterns are written, you know, row by row, section by section, written out. But in these knitting books, most of them are written as diagrams. So like you can see, the words, it's pretty much just this section here. And then they're just very vague instructions, like first you knit this section and then you knit that section. So then once you read that, you go over to the section that you need to knit, like say the body of the sweater. And then it shows where you cast on, how many stitches, how many rows. It's kind of confusing when you look at it, and it's also all charted. So if you could see in the middle, it's all charted right there. These are all like the decreases or the shaping for the shoulders. So they don't write out like knit till 3 stitches before the end, knit 2, pattern work or something like that. It's all just drawn, and then all of the cable patterns are charted as well. So it's a lot different from what I'm used to, and I'm kind of excited about figuring out how to knit like this, because it is really different and it looks really scary and complicated. Like, this is a yoke for a pullover. And then another thing is that these patterns are unfortunately not size inclusive. Like, they usually only have one size, and it's usually a Japanese standard size, so they are a bit smaller than American standard sizes. So if you were to knit one of these patterns, I do recommend like substituting yarns or needles so that you could have a bigger or smaller size if needed. But yeah, so this is one book, and this is another book that I got last year that I left here because I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back soon, but it ended up being 6 months before I was able to be back home. So this is another one that I really love. Let me show you a couple pages. I really love this cardigan. It's beautiful. And then this one, oh, I love that. So yeah, that's a couple of really cool books. I've been looking around. Each time I go into a bookstore, I always look at the knitting section so that I could see if I could find any more books that I'd like. So far I just have these two. I don't really buy books unless I love like every single one of the patterns, so I'm very selective. So just these two so far, but hoping for more. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Yep. That is all for now. Oh wait, I need to tell you about my whips. Do you still want to hear it? Okay. This is awkward because I was about to sign off, but told you I'd tell you about it. So, I mean, there's only 4. My 2021 make 4. I don't really have a make 9 just because I've learned from my 2020 make 9 that I totally disregard what I even set out to do. So these are patterns that I have the yarn for. I'm just waiting. One of them is the Tonic cardigan by Kate Davies, and I have my yarn left over from my twig sweater for that. And then my other one is this cardigan that's on the cover here. Let me see if I can find a photo. It's this cardigan. It's the Leaves cardigan, I believe, in English. It has this lovely lacy sleeves and yoke. So I have yarn for that. And then I also have yarn for the Deck cardigan by Irina and Kiva for Brooklyn Tweed. And I have yarn for that. And then I have yarn for my Bloom cardigan. So really quickly, that's my make 4. Hopefully that works out, but I'm probably not going to start on any of that until I'm done with my current whips. And I have a lot of that, and I'll tell you about that later. I feel like this video is quite long. Anyways, back to saying goodbye. But yeah, tell me what you've been working on. If you have anything you want to, any crafting goals you want to do for 2021, any book reading goals. I have read a couple books, but honestly can't remember what they are right now. Everything's a blur. Oh, I read Mexican Gothic. That was quite good. Gave it 4 stars. But if you have read any books that you've liked so far in 2021, let me know. If you have reading goals, I want to read 50 books this year. So let me know how many books you want to read this year. crafting goals, knitting goals. Yeah, let me know. I've missed talking to you, so hopefully I get a little more into it now that things have started to calm itself down. I'm hoping to have a shop update not anytime soon, just because I'm still figuring out my dye studio and the office and stuff is still a mess. So I'd like to be settled down a bit more before I start on that. But thank you all so much for being so patient with me. And I really do miss dyeing yarn for you all, honestly. It was such a nice... It's one of... Waking up to the dye schedule, waking up to dyeing yarn is honestly has been so fulfilling for me. So thank you so much for all your support and all your likes and all your comments and all your messages and all your orders. Honestly, I haven't felt this fulfilled in my life ever. Honestly, I love my life. So thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Stay safe. Happy crafting. Happy reading. Bye.